Hi, do you find that you get bogged down in the everyday all of the time? Like just finding it hard to be able to keep up with everything, that little things worry you, even when you're trying to be really spiritual and on your path, or even just trying to get through the day with a little bit of joy. Today, I'm going to talk about the one crystal that I know can help you create a massive amount of change in your home and in your body and in your life, and to be able to help you step up into a place of joy and harmony with a lot more ease and a lot more grace without having to work so hard all the time just to be here on earth. Hi, I'm Kelly Green from Joyous to Earth. If you're watching on my page, g'day, you all know me really well. If not, if you're on YouTube or it's the first time that you're here, please subscribe and like. All of that really, really makes a difference and helps me get this out to everybody as much as I can. Anyway, so selenite, this is the crystal of choice today. I'm going to show you my favorite piece. This piece is a piece of selenite. I know there's different people in crystal groups that call it a different name. I'm just going to go with the generic term at the moment. There's different names for selenite when it's clearer and when it has specific shapes and things like that. Today I'm going to keep it really simple and we're just going to call it selenite. So this is my piece that I actually work with in clinic. It's amazing. So this piece works on, usually I first off put it on the spine of the person on the table, and it just helps them get rid of all of the things, all of the stresses that got them there to me that day, or happened to them to try and get there, to come and see me that day. So just lets their nervous system relax. That'll probably give you a hint of what selenite does. It is like... it's really like eucalyptus. If you've used eucalyptus to clean gum off stuff before, selenite works like that. It's just this really clear, precise, uncomplicated crystal or vibration is what it holds, that comes in and clears really, really simply, really easily, with not too much effort at all. Sometimes you need to soak it a little bit, as in you need to soak up that energy a little bit, or a space does, for it to be really, really effective. But it is quick and easy and really to the point. So there's different versions. As I was saying before, there's a lot of different kinds of selenite. I'm going to show you a couple today while I talk. So this is an Australian point that I have. I'm not sure that this is very common, there's very many people in the world that have this. It's full of sand. It's a lot like the desert rose, which is another form of selenite. That this has the clear through it as well. So selenite's created in many places around the world, not just in America, or in Brazil, which most of us have seen. There's amazing videos of the huge selenite wands underneath the earth. If you haven't, search on Google for Brazilian selenite. On YouTube, you'll be really, really amazed. It's crazy. So different forms of selenite. We have our amazing selenite towers, which most of you will have seen. So I use these. We're going to talk about this one a lot today. I use these all through my house, through my clinic. Very, very awesome. Got some few stories to go with that. Have just selenite chunks. Take notice of the brown through the middle of this one. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. Because a lot of people say you don't need to clean selenite, and that is true, but there's some different tips around that as well. Okay, this is another piece of selenite or gypsum. Again, this is Australian, phenomenal. And just while I'm at it, I'll show you some more gemmy pieces. So this is green selenite. I'm not sure that you can get the color there. This is a really bright lime green. See if it works better if I put it closer. And we also have brown selenite. So to start with, how I see selenite, not what I've read in any books or anything. When I use it, it instantly, or almost instantly, connects me to what I call angelic realm. So when I work in that space, my emotions are less tangible. They have less hold on me. I don't get bogged down in the nitty-gritty of things. I'm still feeling supreme love. I still am coming from a space probably even more of the higher good, that I have less traction and less negative emotions and different understandings and programs holding me back. So when I work with selenite at any time, at any kind of selenite, what it does is it instantly lifts me into a broader, higher vibration. So the reason why I love putting it and gridding with it and putting it in a house or within my kids' room, especially my clinic room, I'll usually put a piece of selenite in each corner of the house, and then just imagine, because then your imagination is powerful, connecting those spaces up so that everything within that grid or that network of selenite, so usually I do it with the towers. So within that network of selenite, everything in that space is constantly being lifted. So if you imagine, I remember reading a book once by Stuart Wilde called The Force, and he explains it really well. So if you've got two people on the same highway and they come together and they're on the same path but going different ways and they crash, when you use selenite, you instantly step up onto a different highway, and with all selenite, you'll see that there's striations in it. There's lines that moves through it. That way you can see up here that moves through it. So when you use selenite, everything gets lifted up and starts moving metaphorically in the same direction. So you're less likely to attract negative energy. If it does come your way, it's less likely to be able to influence you or your space. This is why I feel like everybody in the whole world should have some selenite, so that you can have and hold a space, especially in your home or your work environment or your children's rooms, that is clear and pure and safe. That allows the nervous system to relax. I need to relax a bit more now too. So that allows the nervous system to relax and you to be able to come back into your body, for you to be able to anchor more of your spirit here on earth, so you have more influence over your every single day. That can be in every part of your environment. So it can be about money, things like that, things that you know that bog you down or get you caught into somebody else's programming or into the I can't, I haven't, I shouldn't. When you use selenite, you come back into a space where all of those negative limits are dissolved, and you actually bring in your soul, and it's, what do I want? You start to be able to create from a point of true creation and harmony and high vibration. So absolutely phenomenal crystal. Definitely on everybody's, as far as I'm concerned, if you like crystals and you like working with stones or having a space or a vibration be able to be held for you so you don't have to constantly do it, it is definitely my number one crystal. It's cheap. You can get it even, I've even found it in the cheap shop, in the $2 shop. It's really, really, really readily available. You don't have to have some pristine, really, really, really clear piece for it to work. All selenite works. It just works slightly different. So again, I'll show you a couple of others. So we've got the eggs. I use the selenite egg for body work. So that leads me into the next thing. So all of our connective tissue in our body, the things that the cells that connect our different movable parts together, selenite is fantastic for that. Really, really good for bringing harmony and releasing blocks and bringing cohesion. If you remember what I said about how all selenite comes in connected straight lines, striations. So it's fantastic for bringing communication from different areas together. So really, really, really good in the body. So I use these eggs for crystal massages. Really, really good. You don't have to have anybody else do it for you, or you can do it for work. If you find those spots that are blocked in your body and just use it to roll it through. You don't have to press hard. Really, really, really good. You've also got your different colored ones. So this is an orange. So orange selenite. Orange is conducive to your second chakra, your sacral chakra. Very good for adrenal energy, for earthing and creating here on earth. So as I said before, excuse me for a sec, selenite helps you raise your vibration, or this place that you are in on earth, raise it so that it is less bogged down in the negative stuff. So when you use specifically even the orange selenite, it's even better at being able to make it so that you can create on earth. So it raises your vibration up, and it's got that orange color really triggers that sacral chakra, where you create. Whereas something like the absolutely amazing piece of green selenite, very specific to the heart. So for all of us or everybody on earth who's gone through trauma and different things where a heart chakra is closed over, the green selenite is really good for lifting that area up and out and being able to come back into finding your truth and your true connection with your soul and that higher power that dissolves and recreates and brings wisdom into the heart and doesn't just keep us in trauma. The brown selenite, again, you probably won't find this too often. These are all from local or South Australian fossicas, actually. So brown selenite I find is fantastic for the base chakra, for for dissolving. As I said before, selenite helps you dissolve the obstacles in your way to creating the life that you want. So the brown one is even more deeply engaged in that very base understanding of what it means to be on earth. So it's not just about dissolving negativity, it'll also help you come in, once that negativity is dissolved, be able to draw in the right nutrients into your body, the right ability to the ability to be able to support yourself and attract those energies and minerals and people to you that will support you and create fantastic structure for you on earth. And then, you get your beautiful clear selenites. So this is a lovely piece of Australian. It's a slab. So most of my crystal essences at one time or another will go over this slab of selenite. So these ones, the clear ones or the white ones, will do the whole body and not be necessarily as specific. But again, with most crystals, it's about how you use the energy. So if you come in and you know that you've got to speak clearly and concisely without being emotionally caught up in it too much, you can use a selenite and have it over your throat chakra. You could bring in a blue crystal. Selenite is fantastic with working with other crystals. So what have I got here? I've got lots of crystals here. Actually, I've got some apatite. So if you were doing your throat chakra, you could use apatite and selenite, and the selenite is going to enhance because it removes the blocks and it raises the vibration, and then you bring in another crystal to be very, very specific about what vibration you want to work with. So fantastic. I use it a lot in the elixir form, and I mix that in with my massage oils, my burners, my skincare, those kind of things. So I'm coming from a base of supported, neutral, high vibration energy, and then I get to have a bit of cordial and mix it in with the rest of whatever other crystals or intentions I'm working with that day. Want to keep it kind of short and sweet. I could probably talk all day about the different experiences I use or have had with selenite. And just thinking, with the desert rose, it's quite different. Last one, I'll go over this one. So it's quite different to when you're using the white selenite. I find the desert rose is very specific to earthly elements again, because you've got your very grounded, your silica through it, which is the sand. From what I remember, the American Indians used to use it when a warrior passed over and his partner or those others around him would use this to help be able to release him and let him go, so they didn't keep him anchored here. So it's very much well, when I use it, I find it's very much about creating tangible change, like earthly change. So again, when you're working with money, or when you're needing to release a partner or release an old perception of yourself, or in doing earthwork and gridding in a house, being able to have, like, there's some houses where you've got a lot of memory stored there. You know, they might be 100 years old, and there's your hallways and things like that have a lot of memory of people and emotion moving through it. The desert rose is really, really, really good for that, bringing that earthly vibration and opening it up and bringing it back to a really beautiful, amazing, neutral, loving space. The only other thing that I would say about selenite is a lot of people have said that you don't need to clean it, which is true because it is that high vibration. But what I find, you see the brown through that? So this crystal has been in a really, really high traffic area, and I've had experiences, and it's actually cracked through there a little bit too, so I might even crack that up and make it into two. But I often find with this kind of selenite that when it's got a lot of, it's been cleaning a lot of energy and been doing a lot of work, sometimes it needs a break. So, or literally in this case. So what I do is I remove it from that area and replace it with another piece. Remember, it's really, really cheap, so you can have more than one piece in your house, and just let that piece have some time in a nice, quiet, high vibration area where it can just, I don't know, if I suppose without thinking about it too much, where it processes through everything that it's moving or helped cleanse, and it always comes back, or most times. I think this is the only piece that's held it a little bit, but I think I need to break it. Comes back to your nice white space. When you clean selenite just of dirt, just use a damp cloth. I know that it's a salt and that it does dissolve if you put it into water, but that takes a long time. It doesn't dissolve instantly. And if you have a damp cloth, or if, first off, I would dust it and then wipe any last bits off with the damp cloth. That works okay. You don't have to worry about it dissolving instantly. It will slightly get rougher the more times that you do that. But yes, thank you. That's my live today on selenite, all things selenite. I really appreciate you, and come back next week. I'm going to do this every Wednesday at 9:30 and pick different crystals. Next week, we're going to do black tourmaline. I work with black tourmaline and selenite a lot in my gridding, so I'm going to keep going along that side. And underneath this, I'm going to put in a link to selenite and green aventurine grid that I use, and the explanations of it and how they work together, and why they're good to use together within the gridding of the house. So make sure you download that. Remember, like the video, share it with your mates, and I love you lots, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.